Welcome to the Global Updates, bringing you the latest news from around the world. The world watched with bated breath as news broke of a potential diplomatic earthquake. The air was thick with anticipation, and the gravity of the situation was palpable. People from all corners of the globe tuned in, their eyes glued to their screens as the story unfolded in real time. China's possible acceptance of a groundbreaking proposal from Taiwan. This proposal, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, hinted at a new era of cooperation and mutual respect. The flags of both nations fluttered in the wind, symbolizing a fragile hope for reconciliation. This unexpected development sent shockwaves through the international community, challenging long-held assumptions and raising profound questions about the future of Asia and the balance of global power. World leaders, caught off guard, scrambled to respond, their reactions a mix of cautious optimism and wary skepticism. For decades, the relationship between China and Taiwan has been a powder keg, a volatile mix of history, ideology, and national pride. The scars of past conflicts and the weight of unresolved issues have loomed large, casting a long shadow over any attempts at dialogue. Could this be the first step towards a lasting peace, or a dangerous gamble with unforeseen consequences? The world watched with a mixture of hope and apprehension, as experts debated the potential outcomes. Some saw it as a historic opportunity, while others warned of the risks involved. The implications of this potential agreement are far-reaching, touching upon everything from global trade and economic stability. The interconnected nature of today's world means that any shift in the China-Taiwan dynamic could have ripple effects across continents, influencing markets and economies in ways that are difficult to predict. To the very principles of democracy and self-determination. The core values that many nations hold dear could be put to the test as the world grapples with the complexities of sovereignty and the right to self-governance. As analysts and policymakers scramble to decipher the motives behind this unexpected turn of events, one thing is clear: the world is witnessing a pivotal moment in geopolitical history. The decisions made in the coming days and weeks will shape the trajectory of international relations for years to come. The stakes are high, the outcome uncertain, and the consequences of success or failure will reverberate for generations to come. The world holds its breath, waiting to see if this seismic shift will lead to a new dawn of peace and cooperation, or if it will plunge the region into deeper turmoil. The hourglass is running, and the future hangs in the balance. History has shown us that moments like these are rare and precious. The signing of peace treaties, the end of long-standing conflicts, and the celebrations that follow are etched into our collective memory. They remind us of the power of diplomacy and the enduring hope for a better future. As we look to the future, we must remember that the true measure of success lies not just in the agreements signed by leaders, but in the lives of ordinary people. The children who will grow up in a world shaped by these decisions, the communities that will either flourish or falter, and the shared dreams of a peaceful and prosperous world. The dawn of a new day brings with it the promise of new beginnings. As the sun rises, casting its golden light over the world, we are reminded that hope is a powerful force. It is the beacon that guides us through the darkest times, and the spark that ignites the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. In this interconnected world, our destinies are intertwined. The decisions made in one part of the globe can have profound impacts on the lives of people thousands of miles away. It is a reminder of our shared humanity and the importance of working together to build a future that is inclusive, just, and peaceful. As the world watches and waits, the leaders of China and Taiwan stand at a crossroads. Their choices will not only define the future of their nations, but will also set a precedent for how we address complex geopolitical challenges in the years to come. The path they choose will be a testament to the power of diplomacy, the courage to take risks, and the enduring hope for a better world. And so, with cautious optimism and a collective hope for peace, the world watches. The potential for a seismic shift in the global landscape is real, and the outcome, though uncertain, holds the promise of a new era of understanding and cooperation. Let us hope that this moment in history will be remembered not for the tensions that preceded it, but for the unity and progress that followed. The journey ahead is long and fraught with challenges, but with determination and a shared vision, we can navigate the complexities and build a future that is brighter for all. The world stands on the brink of change, and together we can shape the course of history. To understand the magnitude of this development, one must first delve into the complex history of China and Taiwan. The relationship between these two entities is not just a modern geopolitical issue, but a deeply rooted historical conflict that has shaped the region for decades. The Taiwan question, as it is often called, is rooted in the Chinese Civil War, which ended in 1949 with the defeated nationalist government fleeing to the island of Taiwan. This exodus marked the beginning of a prolonged period of tension and uncertainty. The nationalists, led by Chiang Kai-shek, established a government in Taiwan, claiming to be the legitimate government of all China. The Chinese Communist Party, victorious on the mainland, claimed sovereignty over Taiwan, viewing it as a renegade province that must eventually be reunited with the motherland. This claim has been a cornerstone of Chinese policy ever since, with Beijing consistently asserting its right to govern Taiwan. The island, however, has developed its own identity and political system, further complicating the issue. This unresolved legacy of the Civil War has cast a long shadow over cross-strait relations. The ideological divide between the communist mainland and the democratic island has fueled decades of mistrust and hostility. Both sides have engaged in a delicate dance of diplomacy and deterrence, each wary of provoking the other into open conflict. For decades, communication was limited, tensions ran high, and the threat of military conflict loomed large. Both China and Taiwan have invested heavily in their military capabilities, with frequent displays of power serving as reminders of the ever-present risk of escalation. The Taiwan Strait has often been described as one of the most dangerous flashpoints in the world. While economic ties have grown significantly in recent years, the underlying political divide remained a source of constant anxiety. Trade and investment between the two sides have flourished, creating a complex web of economic interdependence. Yet this economic cooperation has not translated into political reconciliation. The people of Taiwan have increasingly identified themselves as distinct from mainland China, further deepening the divide. The international community, wary of upsetting the delicate balance of power, has largely adhered to a policy of strategic ambiguity, acknowledging China's claim while supporting Taiwan's de facto autonomy. This approach has allowed for a tenuous peace, but it has also left the fundamental issues unresolved. The future of Taiwan remains one of the most contentious and closely watched issues in global politics, with potential implications for regional and international stability. The details of Taiwan's proposal remain shrouded in secrecy, but leaks and expert speculation suggest a bold and multifaceted offer. This proposal, if true, could mark a significant turning point in the complex and often tense relationship between Taiwan and China. The stakes are high and the world watches with bated breath as more information trickles out. At its core, the proposal appears to center around a framework for enhanced economic and cultural cooperation. This framework is not just a simple agreement but a comprehensive plan that aims to intertwine the economies of both regions more closely than ever before. The idea is to create a symbiotic relationship where both sides can benefit from each other's strengths and resources. While sidestepping the thorny issue of political unification, this is a delicate balancing act, as the question of political status has long been a contentious issue. By focusing on economic and cultural ties, the proposal aims to build trust and goodwill, which could eventually lead to more substantive discussions on political matters. This could involve increased investment in Taiwan's infrastructure, which is already one of the most advanced in the region. Enhanced infrastructure could mean better transportation networks, more efficient energy systems, and cutting-edge technological hubs. These improvements would not only benefit Taiwan but also create new opportunities for Chinese investors and businesses. Expanded access to Chinese markets for Taiwanese businesses, which could be a game-changer for many industries. Taiwanese companies have long sought greater access to the vast Chinese market, and this proposal could finally make that a reality. This would allow Taiwanese businesses to scale up their operations, increase their revenues, and create more jobs, and greater collaboration in areas like technology, education, and healthcare. Imagine a future where Taiwanese and Chinese scientists work together on groundbreaking research, where students from both sides of the strait can study and learn from each other, and where healthcare professionals collaborate to improve public health outcomes. The potential for innovation and progress is immense. Crucially, the proposal is also believed to include confidence-building measures aimed at reducing military tensions in the Taiwan Strait. This is perhaps one of the most critical aspects of the proposal, as military tensions have been a constant source of instability in the region. By taking steps to reduce these tensions, both sides can create a more secure and peaceful environment. This could involve a commitment to dialogue and dispute resolution mechanisms, which would provide a structured way to address and resolve conflicts. Such mechanisms could include regular meetings between military officials, joint exercises focused on disaster relief and humanitarian missions, and the establishment of hotlines to prevent misunderstandings and miscommunications, as well as limitations on military exercises and deployments in the region. By agreeing to limit military activities, both sides can reduce the risk of accidental escalations and build trust. This would be a significant step towards creating a more stable and predictable security environment. By addressing China's security concerns while preserving Taiwan's autonomy, the proposal seeks to find a middle ground that could pave the way for a more stable and prosperous future. This delicate balance is crucial for the success of the proposal. If both sides can find common ground, it could lead to a new era of cooperation and mutual benefit, not just for Taiwan and China, but for the entire region. The world will be watching closely to see how this unfolds, as the implications of such a proposal could be far-reaching and transformative. The announcement of the proposal between Taiwan and China has sent ripples across the globe. International reactions have been swift and varied, reflecting the complex web of alliances and interests at play. In the United States, the initial response has been cautious optimism. A statement from the State Department highlights the potential for regional stability, but underscores the need for transparency and adherence to international norms. Analysts in Washington are dissecting every detail, weighing the implications for U.S. foreign policy and its commitments in the Asia-Pacific. Across the Pacific, Japan has expressed guarded support. Tokyo recognizes the potential economic benefits, but remains wary of any shifts that could alter the delicate balance of power in the region. Japanese media outlets have been abuzz with expert panels and opinion pieces debating the long-term impacts on regional security. In Europe, the reaction has been more fragmented. The European Union has issued a statement welcoming any steps towards peaceful resolution, but has called for a more detailed examination of the proposal's terms. Meanwhile, individual member states have voiced their own perspectives, reflecting a range of geopolitical and economic considerations. Over in Southeast Asia, nations like Singapore and Vietnam are watching closely. These countries understand the potential for economic integration, but also fear being caught in the crossfire of a larger geopolitical struggle. Regional forums and think tanks are buzzing with activity, as experts discuss the broader implications for ASEAN and beyond. Even in Africa and Latin America, the news has made headlines. Countries with strong economic ties to China are particularly interested in how this proposal might affect their own relationships and opportunities for collaboration. The United Nations has also weighed in, with Secretary General issuing a statement supporting dialogue and peaceful resolution. The international body stands ready to facilitate further discussions if needed, emphasizing the importance of multilateralism in addressing global challenges. As media outlets around the world continue to cover this evolving story, one thing is clear: the proposal between Taiwan and China has captured global attention. From news anchors to social media influencers, everyone has an opinion, and the discourse is as diverse as it is passionate. Reflecting on these reactions, it becomes evident that this proposal is more than just a bilateral issue. It is a litmus test for international diplomacy, a challenge to existing alliances, and perhaps a harbinger of a new world order. As the world watches and waits, the unfolding narrative will undoubtedly shape the future of global relations. The stakes are high, and the next steps taken by Taiwan and China will be scrutinized by all. Will this proposal lead to a new era of cooperation and peace, or will it unravel under the weight of its own complexities? Only time will tell. But for now, the world remains on edge, hopeful yet wary, as history continues to be written before our eyes. As we conclude this chapter, we invite you to share your thoughts and engage in the conversation. What do you think the future holds for Taiwan, China, and the world? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates on this unfolding story. Stay tuned, and until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking the truth. As we look ahead, the potential future implications of this geopolitical development between Taiwan and China are both intriguing and significant. If the proposal is successful, it could herald a new era of cooperation and mutual prosperity in the region. Imagine a future where economic integration leads to unprecedented growth, benefiting not only Taiwan and China, but also their neighbors. The creation of new trade corridors, joint ventures in technology and innovation, and a more stable regional security environment could transform Asia into a powerhouse of global progress. Educational and cultural exchanges could flourish, fostering greater understanding and collaboration between the people of Taiwan and China. Universities could partner on groundbreaking research, artists could collaborate on cross-cultural projects, and tourism could thrive, bringing people closer together. On the global stage, a successful proposal could set a powerful precedent for resolving long-standing conflicts through dialogue and diplomacy. Other regions facing their own disputes might look to this example as a blueprint for peaceful resolution. International organizations could play a crucial role in supporting and facilitating these efforts, further strengthening the principles of multilateralism and cooperation. Businesses around the world might seize new opportunities, leading to an era of innovation and economic growth. Investors could find fertile ground in the newly stabilized region, driving advancements in technology, infrastructure, and sustainable development. The ripple effects could be felt far beyond Asia, inspiring a renewed commitment to global unity and shared progress. However, it's essential to acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The road to realizing these optimistic outcomes will require careful navigation of complex political, economic, and social landscapes. Transparency, trust building, and a genuine commitment to mutual respect and shared goals will be key. As we envision this potential future, we must also remain vigilant and proactive in addressing any obstacles that may arise. The world will be watching closely, and the actions taken by Taiwan, China, and the international community will shape the path forward. In this moment of possibility, we are reminded of the power of diplomacy, collaboration, and the human spirit. The future is not set in stone, but it is ours to shape. Together we can aspire to create a world where peace and prosperity are within reach for all. As we wrap up this chapter, we invite you to join us in imagining the possibilities and working towards a brighter future. What do you envision for the future of Taiwan, China, and the global community? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights and updates on this evolving story. Stay hopeful, stay engaged, and remember, the future is what we make of it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep striving, and keep believing in the power of possibility.